Firestarter 2022 brings Stephen King's tale of a young girl cursed with terrifying powers to the big screen. Zip up your fire retardant suit as we reveal the Firestarter release date, trailer, cast and all the other info on one of the best new horror movies for 2022. Cast your minds back to the early 1980s. This was the golden age of the Stephen King novel adaptation, when the scaremonger supreme kept cinema audiences in a permanent state of dread. Between The Shining, Christine, and Children of the Corn, we basically never slept. Starring 9-year-old Drew Barrymore as a young girl with the gift/curse of pyrokinesis, the ability to ignite infernos using only her mind, 84's original Firestarter should have joined those classics. But somewhere along the line, one of King's best plots got fumbled and the film was mostly forgotten. Now, thanks to director Keith Thomas and the creepy crew at Blumhouse Productions, Firestarter 2022 is the movie that should have set the world of cinema alight all those years ago. And if you saw Thomas's clever and nasty 2019 debut, The Vigil, you'll come to Odeon on May 13th expecting one of the year's best upcoming horror movies. Firestarter is very much just as emotional, raw, visceral, and personal a story as The Vigil, Thomas told Forbes. And Stephen King loved the script. Imagine Elsa from Frozen. Now imagine that instead of snowdrifts and ice palaces, she's conjuring up face-melting fireballs. As Firestarter begins, that's the problem faced by young Charlie McGee, Ryan Kiera Armstrong. Despite the coaching of her parents, Andy and Vicky, played by Zac Efron and Sydney Lemmon, Charlie is bullied, emotionally unbalanced and losing control of what she calls the bad thing. Alongside the daily battle not to blowtorch her cruel classmates, an even bigger problem is brewing, as a shadowy government agency known as the Shop makes plans to use the kid as a military weapon. Charlie's family would die to protect her. But at what cost? After all, the older the girl gets, the more dangerous she becomes. Add to that, as we learn in the new Firestarter trailer, Charlie's moral compass has a tendency to spin. "I don't want to hurt anyone," she says. But it feels kind of good. Drew Barrymore is all grown up, so the Firestarter reboot rests on the shoulders of one of the best young actresses you'll watch all year. Born in 2010, New Yorker Ryan Kiera Armstrong has so far taken a few small fry roles in Black Widow, and with an E in American Horror Story. But you'll definitely notice Armstrong in Firestarter 2022, where she combines a button-nosed innocence with an aftertaste of evil. The plot twists, you'll see, it's really great, the actress told ET Canada. And Zac Efron was just such a humble person to work with. It's been a long time since the former Disney star graduated from High School Musical, and Efron has proved himself not only a capable adult actor in hits like The Greatest Showman, but also seriously creepy as real-life serial killer Ted Bundy in 2019's acclaimed Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil, and Vile. At first glance, Efron's character Andy is a dutiful and protective father. But in the original Firestarter film, he'd also been the victim of some nightmarish scientific experiments, and it'll be interesting to see how Efron portrays this damaged figure. Zac is in his early 30s now, says director Keith Thomas. And I think this is the kind of role, where, he can really shift gears in terms of the way he's portraying himself and the way we're looking at him.